we have a battery, and we have everything we need for a travel. And I think I know just the place to go visit while the saplings cure. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So we have just woken up. We still have some hours of night ahead of us. Let me kind of take a look real quick. I did do some blizzard walking during the last episode, so I want to make sure. Oh, did I really just open an episode trying to repair in the dark? I had good intentions, okay? I had good intentions. Let me not do that. I could like start a fire downstairs. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go downstairs. We're still gonna do some repairing in the dark. But I think the Milton Basin is calling to me. We're gonna repair the signal tower here, since we've got everything we need. Have I finished this research? Yes, I have. Just wanted to double check. We're definitely gonna do that. Let's pick up these sticks. And I might have some wood in the cupboard here that I can use, maybe. I would normally drop fire starting stuff right there by the fireplace. I didn't in this particular case. Yeah. Oh, wow. Not a lot of wood, but some coal, which is good. So let's go ahead and transfer.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I know. That's why we're about to drop it all again. But yeah, we're going to get the signal tower fixed, and then I'm just going to go straight to the basin with a relatively minimal load, specifically to search the final area of the zone where there could be significant loot, including that one thing we haven't found here that's been kind of surprising that we haven't found. And, I mean, I don't necessarily have high hopes at this point, but, you know, I'm not going to rule it out entirely. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more fuel on here. I don't have to use a ton of coal. I'm even going to save that reclaimed wood because I'm not going to use much more than what we just used. So let's go ahead and just transfer all the coal. We'll transfer the sticks too, and the reclaimed wood. Because, as we've seen, there are plenty of sticks laying around at this point, and we are in Milton, so there's lots of shelter. I don't feel the need to keep that standard 15 sticks, you know, safety net on me at all times. So, having said that, let's take a look again at clothing. Been fairly lucky so far this series with repair rates, which is nice. Oh, I actually don't have any more cloth. That was my one piece of cloth. Just kidding, I've got cloth. There's some right there. Everything is fine. At this point, these repairs are going to do next to nothing. But the main thing I'm doing is just passing the time. I have nothing else to really do at the moment. Honestly, repairing the pea coat will be... I mean, it's only 4%, but it's also the pea coat. So, for science, hang on. Let's get a little bit more cloth and figure this out. So, let's just pay attention to the warmth bonus. 5.2. Also, let me check my stomach real quick before I do this. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm going to guess 0.1 or 0.2
I could eat a horse.
degrees more. 0.2. Yep. Okay, so that's not bad. Even though it was just 4%. I typically wouldn't repair, especially something requiring 2 cloth at that high of a condition level. But I'm glad I did. Alright, so let's go ahead and eat this tomato soup. Nice. And I will remember to drop the extra can. Always a good thing to keep in mind. Looks like I forgot the last time, though. Which is why I brought it up. We have these burdock root. That is another thing to do to quickly pass the time. I'm going to go ahead and just prepare all 5 of them. I could have heated that tomato soup, by the way. That would have been a very, very wise thing to do. Didn't think about it. I have a lot of rose hips to prepare. That's another 1.25 hours, which we can get away with. Let's do that. Again, we're thinking about everything we can possibly do at this point. That will reduce how much I'm carrying.
Gonna need to eat soon.
I know, that's why we're working on this. I still haven't made crampons, by the way. That's something that would be useful. I have what I need for them. I just need to go to a workbench and actually get it done. So that's something that I can work on. All right, these are 15% cured. The other 2 saplings that I have are already over here cured in the cabinet. We have some guts curing up at the church. So with that being said, what can I drop? What can I get rid of? I can probably get rid of that extra leather, because remember, everything that we leave here, we are coming back for. And I don't even technically have to do that. We haven't looted that much of the world yet, and there's so much yet to be found, but, you know, we're going to be leaving and not coming back. I'd prefer to be able to take as much of this stuff with me as I can, especially given that we're going to have the travel. Now, that being said, no matter which way we exit the zone, we're going to have to make multiple trips with the travel, and we're going to have to be really careful, because apparently losing that thing is pretty easy. I hate to say it, but it's true. Now, some of these books I've read. I just want to make sure. I can put the advanced guns away. I guess I can finish reading this real quick. Let's check the stomach. Yeah, hold on. And at least finish that research before I leave. Also, let's go ahead and take the rest of the water, because we'll be drinking that momentarily. Let's take a couple of the MREs, because frankly, we'll just be consuming those in a second. So that one should take care of us, and then we can eat part of one and save the rest. Should have more than half of it left, which is nice. Also notice major vitamin C hit from, not hit, but help, I should say. Hit makes it sound like a penalty from that MRE, so that's nice. Okay, now I can safely read that book before I put it down. Let's finish that research, which we were rudely interrupted in doing last time. There's that. Just going to drop it. Just going to drop that. And the advanced guns, as much as I want to read them, they take a lot of time. And I have other things to do right now. So I'm also going to leave the spray paint behind. There's no point lugging that around. We have 2 extra flares on us. It's 2 more than I need. And look at that. We are below carrying capacity, which is what I wanted to see. Anything else that I need to drop? I mean, probably. I think I can drop... I have 8 water purification tablets. Let's go ahead and drop... We'll sort these manually. I'm going to keep the heavy stack and get rid of the rest. Same with the painkillers. Alright, we'll keep that. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I will get rid of these antibiotics as well. Because I am also thinking in terms of wanting to be able to bring stuff back with me, you know? Especially if we find very, very important items down there. Oh, I have a pair of jeans on me that I haven't harvested. Didn't notice that earlier. I'll take care of that in a second. Or right now. And that will be the last thing I do. We can head out the door. Weather sounds decent. Which is nice, because we don't have to hurt our clothing anymore, but it does mean I have to worry about possibly having company as I step out here. So first things first. We're going to take this car battery. And it looks like the coast is clear. So I'm going to head straight up. We're going to go behind the shed here just to be extra safe. This is going to be a little bit challenging, but I want to go ahead and take care of this repair, and then we're going to head down into the basin just to pass some time. Honestly, there are probably more things I could have left at Grandmother's, and I may still. But I just wanted to do that initial bit of inventory management because there's some stuff that's been piling up. And I do need to make those crampons. Next time I, like, set eyes on a workbench. I'm trying to think. In Milton, is there a workbench in that shed? I don't think there is. Why am I drawing a blank? Is there one in the... No, I don't think there's one in the shop. I cannot recall for the life of me right now where I'm like scanning my ceiling with my eyes as I walk here because I'm not confident there's nothing in front of me. I cannot recall for the life of me where there might be, maybe, perhaps. Hello, Wolf. Trying to participate in the commentary, I see. A workbench in Milton. Yeah, maybe it's in the shed back down there. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but I'll look for it later. Or maybe it is in the bank. Or rather, not really the bank, but the post office. No, not the post office. It's interesting because, like, the bank has slots that remind me of mail slots in the back. Okay, so we're going to have to just drop a lot of things that are heavy and generally burdensome to carry around in order to get this thing up to where we would like to get it. Which is kind of annoying, but it's okay, because we can just come right back down and pick everything back up. I would prefer not to drop clothing, if I could help it. Seriously? Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Thank you. Actually, come to think of it, I probably could have climbed this without the burden. But I'm treating it as a rope climb. Now that I'm thinking about it, in hindsight, none of that was necessary. My brain was thinking rope climb, but it's a cliff climb. I might be wrong, though. Still worth it to move a little bit faster while we get this done. Especially given that we're going to turn right back around. Now, there was a bug when this update first launched that would sometimes reset these. And I am pretty sure... Obviously, I haven't done Signal Void a lot, so I'm not, like, perfectly sure. But I'm pretty sure that that bug has been fixed. Okay, there's all that. We are still moving very fast. It's almost disconcerting to actually have that much movement speed. Who am I? What have I done with Hadrian, right? Hold on. It may be worthwhile. Yeah, let's go back to Grey Mother's just for one quick pit stop. What I'm going to do is drink some coffee. Because I have plenty. I need to hydrate anyway. I need some energy. I'm exhausted from just this day of research and inventory prep so far, but there's more that I can get done. So let's take advantage of opportunities. Also, let's make sure that I didn't leave, any of my weapons behind. Quick check for the workbench. That's a stick. Yeah, no workbench. There's these tools, but there's not a workbench here. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Not gonna worry about it. Alright, so we're gonna make a quick fire. Do I have what I need for a fire? Ooh, I might not. Actually, yes I do, because I have that one piece, that one singular piece of reclaimed wood. So let's do that. I have the stick as well. I just need the reclaimed wood, that's all I need. Fire striker. Ooh, I don't have tinder either. Really? None. 0. Okay. Fine. Be that way. Newsprint. Come here. Let's harvest that. And let's grab a couple of cups of Joe. out of there. I could potentially heat a few more, but what I've found so far, as nice as that particular item is, I haven't needed it yet. I just haven't. Like, I haven't been in a situation where I've been on a long trek where I need a warm beverage like 5 or 6 hours after I first heat it, which is what you use it for. We've mainly been in more civilized areas since we found the insulated flask. By the way, a very good point was made in the comments on the last episode, which made me laugh when I read it, because I was like, oh, yeah, obviously. So I was talking about, man, does this flask heat up when you put it by the fire? It's an insulated flask, so, like, no. Because it's insulated. External temperature is not supposed to affect it. I read that and I was like, yeah,
Come on, little fire. Come on.
that's a thought that I should... Can you sense my disdain? Can you sense my disdain? I'm just trying to light one fire. One little fire. So I can go do fun things. I just want coffee first. That's all I want. Just a bit of coffee. That's it. I'll even place the coffee first. I guess there was only a 65% chance on that. That makes sense. I do have some accelerant, so I'll use that. Just to exact vengeance on the game. Take that.
Oh, yeah.
Pop those sticks on there, too. Those will be ready in 7 minutes. We're going to drink them both. Get some caloric value out of those. As well as some warmth, which is nice. Now, how much energy is that? Because I could totally drink more coffee. You know what? Yeah. No. Because we're going to get down there and need to sleep, and I don't want to completely offset this character's circadian rhythm, so to speak. So let's not do that. We're just going to take a torch. You can probably do better than that, though. I'll take a few extra torches with me. There we go. Oh, my goodness. That's much better. Thank you. Thank you, game. That's what I wanted the first time. Okay. Down to the basin we go. I don't hear footsteps. I don't see wolves, but that means nothing. Could get jumped at any point. I'm honestly, like... I'm a little bit surprised. You know what? Hang on. We're going to detour real quick. I want to finish checking those cars that I realized last episode that I hadn't entirely checked. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that the wolf population is as it is here in this zone.
I think I can use this.
I'll leave the painkillers, I'll take the scarf. Wouldn't it be funny if there's a rifle just laying in the backseat? I would laugh. Beef jerky, I'll take it. And just for funsies, let's check... Oh, just kidding. Can't check that. Now let's head this way. Yeah, the wolf population has just been very, very scarce for this entire series so far. I have checked that trunk, right? No, I haven't. What the heck? Have I checked this car? I have not done a good job of keeping track of which vehicles I've looted. I've been very, very... I mean, I was in a rush when I first arrived. And I think because I was in Milton... I visited Milton in Season 0, right? Maybe? Oh god, I haven't checked any of the trunks. I am not being
This stuff
thorough.
will come in handy.
I don't really need a fleece cowl. I mean... I had another item. It wasn't a fleece cowl, though. I'm suddenly trying to remember if that would actually be better. I haven't grabbed that item in a while. I'll repair it and find out. But first, let's get down to the farmstead. Hold on. See, now I'm psyching myself out. I need to check the back seat of that car. I need to check the front seat of this car. Yeah, glove box. Look at this. Visors. Look at this. Nothing in them. Alright. Okay. Wow. Now the main unsearched area is still the basin, which is where we're headed. Should have some time to explore it before the warmth bonus from those beverages wears off. And you know, come to think of it, that probably would have been a good time to heat some coffee. But right now the temperature is so good. It's late in the day, the weather's decent, it's a little hazy. What that is going to kind of lend itself to is a little bit more comfortable experience temperature-wise. Alright, I'm going to skip those cattails because I still have plenty, and there will be plenty down in the basin. Should have chained torches there, but again, with the warmth bonus, we are completely warm. Everything is fine. And we still don't have optimal gear. That said, the world is still getting colder. We're about halfway through that cycle at this point. It's still shocking to me. I'm still adjusting to the knowledge which I gained last year that there's any kind of any kind of additional cooling of the world kind of stops after 50 days. I didn't realize the mechanic was coded that day, or coded that way, excuse me. I thought it was continuous, and I always did, because that's the way the description is worded. So I tend to read that and go, okay, that's the way that it works. Maybe you can relate. But having not actually literally paid attention and tested it, and not having had that many like super long runs in the last couple of years, I guess I just didn't know for sure. Now, there is a slight possibility that there's not going to be a rope here, but I don't know that I've ever actually found this climbing spot without a rope. Because this is an entry point into the zone, so the more I think about it, the more that doesn't make sense. Because they want to make sure this path, they always want to make sure that this path has a rope attached to it. And because we're going down, we will not get tired here, but looks like I'm still encumbered from something. So I'll probably need to drink some water, maybe? I can probably eat some cattails. So nice to see that those have a moderate vitamin C value. I know I've said that before, but... Alright, sprain risk is exactly where it needs to be. I'm going to go ahead and just take this entire climb in one go. I want to conserve my energy as much as I can. Might still end up drinking some coffee. The warmth bonus is going to wear off before long. We do, of course, have one more climb to make here. You know, it's so funny when you're headed down that rope, that totally looks like a log bridge, and then you get to the bottom and you're like, oh, that is not a log bridge. That is not an option that I have in that case. Alright, first loot check of the basin. Again, we're really just coming down here to pass the time. We may even, one thing that I could do strategically, if I wanted to come down here and stay down here, I could totally do this. Ooh, this is actually not a bad idea. I could leave some stuff down here. If I wanted to come back down here later, if this was the way that I was leaving the zone, oh, okay, yep, that makes perfect sense. That's what I'm doing. That's the thing that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and get some coffee. I could heat it up. Actually, you know what? I will heat it up. I will, because there is firewood right here, just like waiting to be burned. Let's get a fire going. I will use a little bit more accelerant because I can. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Glorious. Tell you what, let's take this opportunity to actually use... Oh, I only have the one. Okay, well, in that case... we're going to drink that, and we'll save the other one. Now, one thing to note is that as we've discussed in the comments, note the overall heat of the flask is not particularly hot because the other coffees in there are cold. So that's one thing to kind of pay attention to. That's one thing I will continue to watch, and that all of you hopefully are continuing to watch as well. Maybe some of you have already worked it out. We can talk about it in the comment section, but like, obviously, I'm working my way through this update at a bit of a slower pace than someone not recording a YouTube series in the middle of a bunch of holiday business and travel. But the possibility that having cold beverages in the flask could make the warm beverage that you put in there not last as long is an interesting one to think about. Alright, we've arrived. I see moose shavings. That's interesting. Not that we need anything from that moose, because we don't. But I still see it. That's nice. I'm still pretty tired, even having drank that coffee, just on account of how long that climb takes. So I'm not happy about that. Because I'm going to need to find a means to stay warm through the night.
This will come in handy.
There's a flare, which I will take. Because again, anything that I pick up down here, there's a lot of it that I could potentially just leave behind for later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up sticks as I see them. Not necessarily all of them, but I'm going to grab that one. Because I'm going to need a fire before long. Yeah, let's grab these. I'm not going to worry about the branch. But I know where I'm going to put the fire. I just need to get up there first. And it's our first kind of stop as we check for loot. Starting to get tired. Which is right on time, I suppose. Oh, this place. I hate this so much. Hinterland, why do you do this? Why do you do this? There we go. Every time that happens to me, I'm like, oh no, have I just walked into a spot where I'm going to be permanently stuck and can't go anywhere? It happens like 50% of the time I'm walking around in this zone. And it feels like 100% of the time that I'm recording a series in this zone. I don't know what to tell you. That particular spot just happens to snag me every time. Because there's a part of me that wants to hug the wall and just, you know, be aware of the fact that there's a possibility there's an animal that could be stalking around, and just be as far away from it as possible. That's the idea in my head, so I stay near the wall, and then I step right into that hole, and I fumble around like an idiot. You know how it goes. Starting to get dark. Let's get up here a little bit faster, please. I will go ahead and duck through here, just because I'd rather check now while the getting is good. Alright, so it looks like we have a sapling here. I'm not going to worry. Actually, yes, I will. We'll snag that while I'm looking at it.
I wonder if I can
Dog
drop
food.
this
Nice.
here.
Another fire striker. Another one. Another maple sapling. Another one. Wow. How many Fire Strikers is that, this series alone? This loot table is ridiculous. I haven't even gone that far. We haven't explored that much. So what I'm thinking, by the way, if you didn't pick up what I was putting down earlier, my current kind of angle nice. Ruined Pinnacle Beaches, a bedroll, accelerant. I'll take the baseball cap and chocolate bar, sure. I'm gonna grab these and keep walking. My current angle is, I want to actually head, not only, I did explain that I want to use this as my exit point, but the reason that I want to do that is if I could just start making my way towards the far territory so we can get Signal Void underway here. Once we finish Signal Void, we can get started with the new zone, which would be really nice. That's one thing that didn't get done in Season 0 of Against All Odds, mainly because, or Season 7. So this will be my third attempt at it in a series, but I didn't fail in Season 0 per se. We just had this update come out, so we decided to start over. So it would be nice to get that done. So it does mean it'll be a while before we actually get to the new zone with this playthrough, but I'm okay with that. I'm alright with the wait. Alright, let me get the bow out just in case I need to shoot anything in the face. I am hearing a number of wolves. There's a deer over there. Part of me is tempted to go ahead and check the cave while I'm over here. I think I will do that. I just need to be mindful of how tired I'm getting. I could drink more coffee. I could. I'm still warm enough, and I can see. The weather's not terrible and there's not any wind, although now that I've said that out loud, I don't know why I say things sometimes. The game will hear me and go, you want some wind? Here's some wind. I feel like it's about to start. I feel like in the next, 3 seconds, these snowflakes are going to start going sideways. Okay, for once it feels like the game is ignoring me. Alright, so let's check the cave. And then we can beeline to the shed. There are some sticks laying around, but I think I'll probably find plenty where I'm going. I'm not going to waste time looking for sticks right here. Okay. Good. There's more firewood, which, to be completely honest,
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
it's kind of the main thing that I wanted in coming over here. Knowing that I am going to be here all night and going to be in that particular shed,
Time to look for shelter.
needing a place to sleep. I hope to God I have my... Yeah. There's that bedroll check finally. There's some coal, which I will grab. Obvious opportunities. Alright, so we're going to be a little bit slower. Alright, there's the wind, but also the fog is clearing, which in this case, you know what? I'll take it. Because that gives me a way to get over to the shed. But we're also going to get over to the shed. Well, you know what? No. I'll get over there and get the fire lit before we end the episode. This is a nice, literally chill ending to this one. Then we'll do a little bit more poking around. But, you know, now that I've checked that cave, I'm trying to imagine if there's anywhere else. I do have the ability to explore down here, and I will do it. Oh, this is a really pretty sunset, actually. Yeah, I will explore down here, but I'm starting to feel very, very, very negative. Just not in a bad way, but I don't think the rifle is here. We came to Milton knowing that it was a particularly high probability location. Oh, there's a moose. There's a moose. So we have food down here if we need it, but I would prefer not to aggro that moose right now. I'm pretty tired. Need to keep an eye on the wolves over there. There are 2, maybe 3, maybe 2. Probably more than 2, just based on the howl that I was hearing. And we do have some Aurora right now, so I'd prefer not to aggravate any wildlife. Plenty of cattails around, plenty of sticks. I have lots of firewood, which is the only reason I'm walking so slowly right now. That in addition to being tired. But we're going to leave a lot of stuff down here. And I've already done at least 50% of the exploring that I need to do down here. But you know, given these settings and given the fact that I'm armed and have good gear on, I can really look around and do a bit of exploring. Make sure that I've fully refamiliarized myself with the layout of the basin. I've been down here in a couple of recent series, but could always do more. Those deer are probably both about to die, and I feel guilty. I feel terrible for what I just did. I just sent both of those deer to their death, and probably brought the wolves closer to me. Yeah, at least one of them is stalking. I don't think the other one is. Oh, maybe that one isn't either, because I don't see him turning as the deer go that way. But they probably will get attacked in short order. Okay, so let's see what we find here. This is the last possible place, and I don't know for sure that this is one of the rifle spawn locations. I'm just thinking, you know, like, where could it be? And this is what comes to mind for me. And there's probably still lots of burnable stuff here, so we're going to be able to get a fire going no problem. Let's open the firewood bin. Grab all that. Grab the coal. It's actually not as much as I thought. I was kind of expecting to open that and then trudge very painstakingly around the corner here. Alright, let's get a fire going. Start fire. Fire striker, cedar firewood, use accelerant. God knows we found enough of this stuff. And with that, I'm going to pile all of that on there. Nice. I don't even have the ability to drop it all. I'm going to put the coal down too. That is one thing I'm going to leave here. I'm going to leave the sticks here. But with that, I'll go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, I will do a little bit more looking around. Might kill something in self-defense, but there's no reason to hunt. I've got all the food I need. So it's mainly just about exploring for a bit and passing time. We're down here to just kill some time and finish exploring the zone while the stuff that we have curing gets cured. Which is going to happen relatively quickly.
I'll take it.
I guess I'll take those painkillers. Yeah, not a lot of loot here, unfortunately. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For channel emotes and member badges, look for the join button to learn more. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.